happy Easter. Let's talk about how big of a loser JD Vance is really quick. Vance has tried to use Catholicism to justify some of his anti-immigration viewpoints. For example, Vance defended the administration's let me correct that. Vance had defended the regime's America First crackdown by citing a concept from medieval Catholic theology known in Latin as Ordo Amoris. It says the concept tells you what order you should care about people in. So family first, followed by your neighbor, then your community, then your fellow citizens, and lastly, those everywhere else. And the way that J.D. Vance interpreted this was you should take care of your family, then take care of your neighbor and community and your fellow citizens, and last, ship everyone else off to an El Salvadoran prison. Anyone else. Ugh, if they're not a citizen, they're barely on the list. And Pope Francis corrected J.D. Vance, saying that the true Ordo Amoris that must be promoted is that which we discover by meditating constantly on the parable of the Good Samaritan. That is, by meditating on the love that builds a fraternity open to all, without exception. Vance, who converted to Catholicism in 2019, identifies with a small Catholic intellectual movement that is viewed by some critics as having reactionary or authoritarian leanings. And one noteworthy detail about Vance's brand of Catholicism is that they envision a counter-revolution in which they take over government bureaucracy and institutions, such as universities from within, the Guardian article says, and goes on to say, replacing entrenched elites with their own and acting upon their vision of the common good. And this tracks with every other stupid idea that J.D. Vance has. Like, this sort of coincides with Peter Thiel's philosophy and Curtis Yarvin's philosophy. Anyway, the Pope isn't exactly enthusiastic about Vance's embrace of authoritarianism and racism. After all, one can argue that Jesus was an immigrant and refugee. And what would J.D. Vance do with him?